Hello, hello, hello. How
Hello.
are you today? How are you guys? I've got some friends that's going to be on with us. Today we got Elder Alicia here. We got Miss Robin here. And we are going to be talking about heart health today.
Yes.
Okay. And now I have not had any issues with heart yet as far as blood pressure or things like that. I do have family members that suffer with that, but these ladies here, um, they've had it, and then maybe they have it now, maybe they don't. I don't know. We're going to talk about that. So, welcome everybody. Please, as you are watching this, share this with your family and friends. Tag some family and friends, co-workers, whoever you know that suffers with any type of heart disease, whether it be congestive heart failure, blood pressure, if they've had strokes in the past, if they have blood clots, anything that goes along with the heart, we want to make sure that everyone is getting this information. And it's valuable information because right now, heart disease is the number one factor in death right now in the world. Okay. And in heart disease, the number one risk factor is blood pressure.
Right.
So, being that, foods are different, how we prepare foods are different, um, just the environment, just in things, we're always on the go, right? It used to be we used to be at home, but now we're just so on the go now that we do things in a rush. We do a lot of things that are convenient, but at the same time, that's probably not helping our heart health too much, right? So, we want to talk about that and just knowing that like a person that has a stroke, right, is because they're having low oxygen getting to the brain.
Mm-hmm.
And if that is happening, it could just be low blood circulation because oxygen flows through the blood. If you have low blood circulation or if your vessels are hardening, right, and they're being constricted, that
Mm-hmm.
can cause a stroke, that can cause heart attack,
Mm-hmm.
that can cause blood clots. It can cause so many things where you're not getting oxygenated blood flowing correctly in your body. So that's so important. And hey, let's be honest, and we're talking African Americans right now and women, we're probably the number one we a situation, okay?
Right.
Because we like to cook and we like to cook a certain way. We like to
Right.
eat things a certain way.
Right.
And if we're serving that to our families, it's just making it generational, right? So it's not
Right.
just us, it's our partners, our spouses, it's our
Right.
kids. And we
Mm-hmm.
grow up with that. And then they grow up, oh, my mama did it like this, or my granny did it like this, and it just continues on. So blood pressure, guys, let's make this clear, does not run in the family. What we do to get blood pressure issues run in the family. So that can change.
Right.
It can change. So, I have family, a lot of my family members take blood pressure medicine, but that doesn't mean that I have to. So
Right.
I'm doing everything that I can to prevent that. So we just started our 10,000 steps,
Yes.
challenge. And yesterday was interesting. I'm at 3,000, I think, right now. 3,200. I'm at 3,200. We get off of here. I'm gonna go do a workout. It's raining, so I can't go outside,
Right.
but we're gonna get it in because doctors say it's actually there's medical documentation out there that says 10,000 steps a day is a day toward better heart health.
Yes.
So we're not just spitting out numbers just to be doing it, right? That is a fact that 10,000 steps will go a long way with your heart health. So I want to each of you guys just to kind of introduce yourselves and then just kind of share your experience with whatever you got going on with your heart. And then we'll talk about how we're going to help the people today.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, whoever want to
You
go
want
first.
to go first, Robin?
Okay, sure. I'll go first. Hi, I'm Robin Owens, and I want to thank you first for allowing me to be on this platform to speak to the people. I am ecstatic. I just got some good news recently about my heart health, and it came at a time I didn't even know that anything was going on with my heart. I just had gone to the doctor for a regular thing, and then they're telling me we're going to do these tests. Tests for what? So long story short, I am thankful and grateful that I am right where I am now and that I have access to the product that we are going to talk to you about, because not making medical claims, purely speaking for me, and because I know what I've been doing and things that I stopped doing, I know that this has helped me tremendously. This particular product is called B Cardio, you guys. And this is what it looks like. Comes in the bag here. There's 30 packs in there that look like this. It's not going to get easier than this. I'd rather open this and pour it in a bottle of water and drink it than I would take a pill. And I had the little, I was granny mode. I had the pill thing with all the compartments and the compartments. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So I have been using some of our products, and this is one of the products. And I knew,
before you talk about your products, can you talk about what you have been suffering with?
Yeah.
What I've been suffering with, what was wrong was when they did the test, I did an echocardiogram, and what the test was showing was a thickening of the arterial wall, and there's a wall that starts with the M that I'm probably going to pronounce wrong, but they're myocardial wall. But what came out of the results was that it is minor. Now, I'm always kind of skeptical when they say it's minor. So I'm in a predicament where we're going to watch that. So that came about from the heart. I had been diagnosed with high blood pressure. I say had because I'm not claiming it. I was on 2 blood pressure medications. I've been taken off of one of those, and the one that I am still on is a very, very small dose. So I'm claiming that I'm coming off of that also very, very shortly. And I am able to do what I want to do, which I wasn't able to do, you guys. I wasn't able to do, and I didn't know why I couldn't do it. So I am thankful and grateful that the blood pressure is under control, that my blood is flowing as it should flow, that I don't have, my feet used to swell, all of these things. I don't know if you know these little signs. My feet will swell. I was like, okay, so my feet swell. If I travel, my feet are going to swell. I didn't realize that they shouldn't be doing that. Everybody's feet don't swell when they travel. So you've got to pay attention to the things that are going on in your body so that you will know what some of the symptoms look like. And then you can get what it is that you need for that. You can be checked. When you go to the doctor, I ask them every time, when they come and do the check and they check your blood pressure, do you ask them, what's my blood pressure? I only know what my normal blood pressure should be because I always ask. And it was always 120 over 70 something on the 2 meds. It was always.
And how long have you been on those meds?
30 years. And I came off one of them, and then I go back and have my blood pressure checked, and it was 111 over 73.
Awesome. Now, question. Actually, it's not a question, it's the observation. You've been on 2 blood pressure medicines for 30 years, and your blood pressure was around high 120s over 70 something. So really the blood pressure medicine didn't cure the situation or didn't help the situation. It just kept it at bay, right?
Exactly.
When really one high 120s over 70 something, I mean, we claim it as normal, but that's really stage 1 now. Like,
right,
that's stage 1. Okay, like, and then we get into the high 130s, 140s over 80, 90, like that's stage 2, right? So we're in stage 1. You've been on these 2 meds, but then you started using what?
B Cardio.
B Cardio. B Cardio. This right here. That's just a drink a day. And now taking off of blood pressure medicine, even with being off, your pressure is lower, 110 over what, 70 something?
73.
73, 110 over 73, which is like a high school pressure, right?
Yeah.
Pressure for someone in high school and off of one medication. So the product is doing what it needs to do in your body, right? To make sure things are working the right way.
Right.
Okay.
The product got my body operating like my body's supposed to operate, which is what I thought the medication was supposed to do. And that has not been my case. Not just with that, not with just with that medication, but with medications, period. That's not my story. And so I am the person, I will research it. I'm going to check it out and see what it's supposed to do. If the side effects, which they do, look crazy, I'm just not going to do it. I prefer natural. And I'm a woman of a certain age. I'm 67 years old. So I know grandmama and great grandmama had some things that worked that were not manufactured. They were natural. And so I believe in looking for those things, and they have helped. They have worked for me. I'm not making medical claims, but that's what works for me. And it's not just the physical aspect that works for me with my mental, because if I'm taking a med and I know that those side effects could affect my kidney or my liver or something like that, somewhere in the back of my mind, that's back there too. And I was on some stuff where that came to be one of the facts in my life. So no, I'm going to take plant-based natural products, and I'm going to continue to be healed in the process and get the body to working like it should. Like she said, it does not have to run in your family. And I started saying, well, I'm going to run it out, because if it ran in, that means it wasn't here. It ran in, right? So you can just keep running on out of here, because this is not where you belong. You're not going to stay.
Well, Elder Alicia, let's talk about you and your story. So what's going on with you?
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Dunn, for allowing me this space. I am Alicia Richardson. Of course, I reside in the outskirts of Austin, Texas. And Dr. Dunn, when I was young, having my children, my blood pressure was, I don't really remember growing up. I didn't frequent a doctor that much, but enough to even care about that, right? But when I was pregnant with my children, my blood pressure was always normal. I never had any problems until I started to gain weight. So about 36, I was a size 5, all of my 3 and 5, between 3 and 5, all of my life up until I was 36. When I got 36, I started to pick up a little weight, which I liked it, because like my collarbones would stick out. I was skinny bones. Even after 4 children, my stomach was still flat. Like I've never had to work out or none of that. I just lost the weight naturally. I mean, the biggest I got was 27 pounds. That was my biggest child, which was 9 pounds. Okay. But the most weight I gained was 27 pounds, right? And with him. And so I never was a big person. So at 36, I started to gain weight, which was the same pattern that my mom and my grandmother had lived. So they had that same pattern in their life. When they got in their 30s, they picked up the weight, and then the issues started to happen. So I started to develop about 38, 39. I started to feel lightheaded and all the symptoms, right? Not feeling well. And I went to the doctor, and my numbers started to trend upward. And the doctor was like, we're going to watch it. And then after it got to the 130s, over the like upper 80s, 90s, they put me on Aplo, a blood pressure med, like a low dose, right? And about 5 years in, they noticed that it was still trending to be a little on the higher side. So they added a fluid pill to it. I had some pretty bad side effects with the water pill. So it pulled my hair out. I mean, I went through a lot with that. And so they pulled me off of that, because they couldn't pin it on anything else, because they noticed that we noticed that I started having these effects after they had put me on the pill. So they had taken me off the hydro, whatever it started with, but it was a water tablet. Took me off of that, my hair grew back. All of the things, right? And then so going to the doctor just every, for my annual checkups, and at one point I was going every 6 months. My blood pressure would still be on the blood pressure meds, would still be 138 over like the upper, like between 89 and 90, 92. And so they upped it another percentage to 10 milligrams. And so and even with 10 milligrams, y'all, I will still be registering at 138. Now, I always feel like when you go to the doctor and they walk you right back and put that blood pressure cup on you, they don't give you time for your body to go back to normal. So I be thinking that you could take a couple of numbers off of that, but I still thought it was still trending a little high for me to be on a consistent blood pressure meds I took for 13 years.
Yeah.
So for 13 years, I was on blood pressure meds. and I came into Be Epic. I really only did the tea. That was the product that I used to lose weight, because my goal was to lose weight. I was already taking blood pressure meds for my blood pressure. And then I got wind of the Be Cardio. Well, actually, I just did the Be Cardio because it was the cocktail that we were doing.
Yes.
So I jumped on the cocktail bandwagon.
Right.
Knowing that it was to control my blood pressure, but one day, while I was preparing a video, I started reading the ingredients and I started looking up potassium and magnesium, and I started saying, what does this do? And it said it controls the fluid in the body, and then the nitric oxide that opens up the blood vessels. And I know that, blood pressure constricts the blood vessels. So I was like, maybe we might be on to something. And so around about August or September, I started to consistently check my blood pressure. And I was noticing that my numbers were low. Well, first of all, I started getting so weak that I feel like I was having like faint spells. And then I noticed that my blood pressure was extremely low. Like it was lower than the 138. It had dropped down into the 105, 107. And I was like, maybe I'm taking it too low with these products. And so when I saw my doctor, we talked about the blood pressure, and he was, his thing is, I'll take you off the blood pressure meds, but you have to send me a report of your blood pressure 3 to 4 days a week, because I need to know that you're still you're doing well. So when I got off the blood pressure meds, I was doing my blood pressure, checking my blood pressure every day, and it started dropping on a consistent, like 116, 117. And I was like, I don't ever remember my blood pressure being under 120. So I was like, something is really happening. No blood pressure meds at all. And when I was on it, it was 138. So over like the 90, 92, 93. And so I'm like, wait a minute. And so I kept sending him my numbers. And then as I kept taking it, I noticed that it was dropping to 108. That was like the steady place. My number was like 108 over 73 and 74, sometimes 78, the bottom number, but it never was in 80. So I was like, this is amazing. And the only thing different that I was doing was the Be Cardio. And so I've been doing Be Cardio, and I still check my blood pressure 3 to 4 times a week. And even in high stress level situations, it is still in safe ranges. So I'm like, this product is just amazing. And I know that it's the Be Cardio, because the Elevate, of course, it's going to elevate the blood pressure to some degree, right? Because of what it does. But it's not, I do Elevate every morning. It does not conflict with this Be Cardio. And I'm just so blessed to be able to have discovered something all natural, because I too, Robin, am holistic. My goal is to be holistic. And even before I got on the blood pressure meds, I fought it tooth and nails, because I did not want to be on any man's meds. I always try to find the natural remedy for any health issues that I've had. And my family know I always wanted to be a holistic practitioner. And so that was my life. That was like one of my life dreams that I wanted to be after I got in my 30s, because I just like how certain things make me feel, certain vegetables, certain herbs make me feel. So I was really into, and I have friends that's herbalists and all of that, and I will follow them and just be like, what you do for this, what you do for that. So that was a thing of mine, and to finally find something that I was reading the ingredients, and I'm like, it's not even no sugar in it. It's a stevia extract in it, which I do stevia anyway, because I don't try not to do regular sugar. And so I'm just like, this is a win-win situation. Like, I'm winning all the way around. There are no side effects, because it's everything that the body needs, all the vitamin Bs. Okay, I'm done, because we're supposed to talk about this.
So listen, but it's exciting, because you said actually 2 things. You said you came in to drink the drink to shrink because you just needed to lose some weight. You was already on blood pressure medicine, right? Yeah. So in your mind, you're thinking that medicine is helping you. You think it's regulating your pressure. And then all of a sudden you start drinking the Be Cardio, and your numbers are starting to decrease. You get off of the med and they're still decreasing. So that lets us know the medicine wasn't doing anything.
Not really nothing.
It wasn't doing anything.
I've been off of since October, and my numbers are better than they were when I was on it.
For sure. Absolutely. So now listen, I'm not going to get in trouble with people. If you're on blood pressure medicine, please continue to take your medicine with your doctor. And then if you want to start to regulate your numbers better. If you are that type that wants to be off of your medicine, I don't see why you would want to be on the medicine, because after a long term of being on blood pressure medicine, now you got to worry about liver disease, kidney disease, because it's going to mess it up. I'm telling you right now, the blood pressure medicine is going to mess your kidneys and livers up if you're on it for long term. It's going to happen. Okay. So B-cardio, magnesium, potassium, nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the key factor here because it increases your oxygen levels in your body. Okay, so that actually helps everything. It gives you all the boost you need, right? It gives you energy. It makes your blood flow freely, circulates better in your blood vessels so they stay open, right? And that's what we want. We want oxygenated blood flowing freely in open vessels. That is what we want for better heart health. And that's what we get with B-cardio. Now, she was talking about the cocktail. Now, the cocktail, we just add the Elevate to that. This is our morning cocktail we drink every morning.
Morning cocktail.
Your Elevate is just your vitamins. It's 4.5 servings of fruits and vegetables. It gives you your energy, 2,000% B12. All the other vitamins. I got the bag right here. You got vitamin A, C, D, E, K1, all the vitamin B complexes.
2,000% of vitamin B.
2,000% B12, right? And you've got the guarana plant, which in the green coffee bean extract. So it's natural energy. It's not jittery energy. It's not crashing energy. It's natural energy. Okay. So when you mix these two together, it's heaven on earth.
Yes. Because it has medicinal mushrooms as well.
Yes. So, mushroom. It's got everything you need on a daily basis to get your body functioning properly all natural, right? A natural way. And you can work with your doctor. You can take these and work with your doctor to get your meds reduced or off. Period, if it even goes that way. So I don't know what the product is going to do for you, but I really do highly suggest you try it out and see, because it's worth it. It's worth not being on those medicines long term. That's going to cause side effects in other areas of your body that you wouldn't normally have if you weren't taking that medicine. Okay. And first of all, separately, they taste good. Right? It's like a little berry here. It's like a raspberry tart flavor here, something like that. But when you mix these together,
perfect combination.
That combination, it tastes so good. It's amazing how it tastes together. Because to me, I don't see how it gets to that flavor.
Right.
But it's so good. Like it's so. I'm finishing mine up from this morning. I drink it with my workout, these 10,000 steps, because the B-cardio high endurance and stamina. It's great for a pre-workout, guys. Great for a pre-workout. But even if you just get the B-cardio, just to help with your blood pressure issues. I don't have blood pressure issues, but I don't want to have blood pressure issues.
Don't want to.
I don't want to get on the medicine. So I'm going to do this at a preventative factor. And if we can get the people to be preventative and not reactive, if we can get people to be proactive and not reactive, our lifespan would increase. The impact that we can have on the entire world, better quality of life, because you can do more. You'll live longer. You can live more. You'll be able to give more, be more, just on one product and getting your heart back to how it's supposed to be. So I'm excited about this product. This is for everybody. You know, not just people with blood pressure, not for people with just any kind of heart disease, but people like myself that, you know, I'm in my early 40s, but even in 30s, 20s, you don't want to have them problems. And I'm seeing people younger and younger have blood pressure issues just because of the foods and just how we're living right now. But it doesn't have to be, guys. So we can break that generational curse.
Yes.
Definitely drinking our water, being mindful of what we're putting in our bodies.
Yes.
Supplementation, I mean, it's needed just because we're not getting the nutrients in the foods like we used to. So we've got to do supplementation, and why not do it naturally? right?
You know what, Dr. Dunn, when I was studying about the B cardio several months ago, I read up on an article that says about nitric oxide, and that at the age of 30, that women start to lose nitric oxide at the age of
Really?
30. So we start to our bodies start to be depleted of nitric oxide at the age of 30. So anybody that's 30 or older, or if you don't gotta wait till 30, you should be adding this product to your regimen, your supplement regimen every day, because it's going to replenish. But that's natural. The body starts to lose those things that we
I'm
naturally.
writing that down. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I have it. I printed it out, but yes, it starts to lose nitric oxide at the age of 30. So,
which makes sense because we're the number one of cardiovascular disease is women.
That's what I was gonna say. That's why we're leading the nation as women with cardiovascular disease, and Black women is leading that number. Well, women of color is leading that number for heart disease as well. So we should definitely, like you said, drink our water, get our steps in, get moving, and then add these natural supplementations to your daily regimen so that your overall wellness is what it needs to be, and your life is expanding.
For sure. All right, guys.
What I would like to say to everyone is, we got to change our mind. Let's start to take as good or better care of ourselves from the inside out as we do from the outside. We take really good care of us on the outside, and how we look and what people are going to see when we step out of the house. But if you start taking care of you on the inside, some of those things that you are doing on the outside won't have to be done, because you're going to naturally be taking care of the body that you've been giving you. And so you won't have let me cover this up. I don't know about you, but I got sick and tired of covering stuff up. It's tiring. So you got to get up and go to work, and you might not be happy about that. But wouldn't you like to save that hour of trying to get all of this together, because it's all naturally together anyway? I don't have to do all that extra stuff, because I have taken care of me as I should. And the earlier you start, we keep saying 30, and yes, we're here. Our bodies are meant to age. We know that. So since we know that's coming, why not be proactive earlier? And then you will be amazed. I'm telling you, the changes that have been made in this older, been here for a minute body are amazing. So Dr. Dunn and Elder Alicia, younger than me, and they got it going on. Y'all watch. We talk about women of color and how this don't crack. Well, we're not even getting crevices no more. Why? All you got to do is just get this product and just start. Maybe you say, oh my gosh, all these things they talk about. Pick one. And this is the one I would pick for now. Because your heart really is why everything else keeps beating and working. So I would take care of that first. And then if you're carrying around a little extra weight or waste in your body, trust me, you are, then you can do the detox, or do the detox and the B-cardio, because detox the stuff out that doesn't belong, so that when you do this, it can go where it wants. All we got to tell y'all is we found it. We got it.
We got it. And we got it for you. And I just appreciate you guys for being on here with us today. So make sure whoever you are watching this through, if it's Elder Alicia, Miss Robin, myself, get back with us so that you can get the link, so that you can get your B-cardio. If you want the cocktail, it's the Elevate, and the B-cardio comes in the drink form. And we're going to hook you up. We're going to get you together. We want everyone to be healthy. We're on our 1 million mission to get 1 million people healthy and then wealthy, right? But if you don't want to be wealthy, that's fine. But we got to get you healthy for sure. All right. So if anyone sent you this video, tags you to this video, please get back to them as well. All right. Thank you. I love you all so very much. And we will be talking to you guys soon. Bye-bye.